All right. In the last video, we have seen keywords of gherkin in cucumber BDD. Okay. So now let us continue. So in this video, we are going to discuss about main important topic in BDD cucumber. That is, we have cucumber expressions along with the parameter types. Okay. So let's begin with. So here we have already written one background followed by scenario and all right. So let me comment it out. And all we need is this one. Okay, we will modify this one according to our requirement. So read this. When the user add an item to the cart, okay, the user can add one item, right? You can elaborate more, right? So for example, I want to add one item, okay, and you can also specify which item he is adding. That we will see later. First, let's try to solve this. It is giving you the error saying that it is not able to identify the corresponding step. Okay. So now, if you run this, let's see what will happen. So it is running. You could see it has generated this snippet. Copy this, go to your login spec. So remember this one, this is a earlier one because we just wanted to the user add an item to the cart. But this time we want to be even more specific. Okay. The user, when the user add one item to the cart. Okay. In this case, are you able to see this one int? That means we have to pass the data from, let's say this is your feature file. This is your step definition, your specs. So sometimes the data has to flow from here to here, right? So yes, feature file not simply, combination of all those keywords, right? So we also have to pass some data from feature file to our step definition. Okay. So one of the mechanism is this one. Okay. Let me remove these markers, clear all drawing. Okay. So now this one, our user can add two, user can add three, right? Any number of items he can add. Okay. In that particular scenario, right, when you control click, you can see it is coming over here, not going to here. The reason is int. This is a expression now. Okay. That means you can pass any type of data from this particular feature file to corresponding step definition. Okay. So here we cannot write like int, right? So it should be number of items, which data type? Which is a number data type, which is a number data type. We'll remove this. We can simply say log we'll simply copy this and just paste it over here. So instead of int, we will call it as a number, number of items. Now, if you run it, okay, this will not be considered. The second one will be considered. Let's see. Okay, you could see the user add one item to the cart. Only one item? No, it's a expression, right? So you can add two. You can pass any number, right? So this part we are replacing with some number. Okay, that number will be replaced. So it's a kind of regular expression. You could see two numbers. You can pass any number, 12, 10, 100, whatever the number you want. So like this in Cucumber, you can pass the parameter type of anything. You could see int, float, string, big decimal, double, byte, short, long. You can pass any type of data from the feature file to the step definition. You can also send the strings as well. We can also send our own customized types as well that we will see. Okay. Now we have seen first one int. In this videos, I'm going to cover int. Float you can try, big decimal you can try, double you can try, big integer you can try, byte, short, long you can try, right? Pretty much similar. All you need to do is change your data type. I will share this link in the description of the video and then you can practice it. If you know one or two, definitely the others are going to be common. It will be the same. Okay. We have seen integer type. Is it, are you going to send only one int? No, you can pass any number of parameters from the step feature file to the step definition. Let's say when the user add one item, okay, he want to be specific. Like for example, he want to say one item phone to the cart. Again, it is giving the warning. The reason is it is not able to match any of the spec files. Let's try running it and see what will happen. Okay, copy this, go to step definition and paste it in the down. Okay, observe, find out the difference between the three we have written. Initially, we have written when the user add an item to the cart, which is plain. There is no data flowing between cart, I mean feature file and the spec file. This one, the data has shared between the feature file, which is integer type, to the step. Similarly, we can pass any number of parameters of any type. Okay, so here I'm passing one integer, one string. So obviously it has generated that format only. So now you cannot say int and string. So it should be number of items of type number. Okay, so now product name, product name, product name, product name of type string, right? Of type string. Okay, in caps. Okay, so now you just remove this. You can just simply copy paste this one. Okay, the user add the item. Okay, which item? This item. Okay, dollar product name to the cart. Let's try running it and see what will happen. CLS, run the program. Okay, you could see when the user add one item to the phone cart. Okay, let's say copy paste when the user add two items. I will tell you what is the problem there. We are not saying items. Let's say item only for time being. Laptop. Okay, so now you run the program. How it is identifying? Based on the expression we have provided. Okay, you could see one item phone, two item laptop. Okay, like this you can pass the data between the feature file to the spec file. One thing, how many, within the step, how many types I can pass? Any type. Okay, and how many types we have? Here is the list. Okay, you have int, you can try float, word, string, anonymous, big decimal, double, big integer, byte, short, long. Based on this, it will identify and then it will pass it. So now we have tried int and string. You can try the rest. And what is this word? What is this word? So now you can see matches the word without word space. Okay. Let's see what is mean by that. Go to your this particular step. Okay. Let's try commenting. Should we comment this or shall we take another example? Let's take another example itself. Okay. So when the user add, okay, let's say banana. Okay. When the user add banana, I will just remove this. Okay. Let's remove this. Let's try copy paste this. Okay. Observe keenly here. I will just copy when the user add banana. Let's say like this. Okay. When the user add banana to the cart, copy this, paste it over here. Okay. Instead of banana, I will say word. Okay. Okay. It's a word, but which word? Let's see what is that. Okay. here word of type any, you could pass any type. Okay, so when the user add to cart, let's try running it now and see what will happen. The error is gone. Control click, it is taking you to the here. That means 99% it is success. But let's try running it, and I will tell you what exactly that word mean by. Could see banana. You can pass any type to it. For example, it's a wrong word to set type. You could see any word to it. Okay, let's say apple. It's a apple. You run it, it will take it because it's a word. Because it's a word. For example, what happens if you say in the double quotes grapes, grapes. Okay, so try running it and see what will happen. Okay, so though it is giving the error, but see here, you forget about the auto intelligence. It is not able to identify. But see here, the user add grapes to the cart. So whatever you add after this add word before this two is a word. It's just a word for you. Okay. For example, when the user add 1, 2, 3, 4 to the cart, CLS and run it. You could see 1, 2, 3, 4. It is not a data type. It is simply a, you could say a string or simply a word. Okay, that's what it is saying, right? Matches the word without white space. That means you should not have the spaces in between. Otherwise, it will not be able to recognize. Okay, so this is what the word type. I hope it is clear. Let us continue. I think you can try anonymous, which will take anything, int, float, word, string, big decimal. But I would suggest whenever you are writing the feature files, make sure that you specify the type in the spec files so that it will be easy. Do not go by the anonymous. Okay, I hope it is clear. So now we have seen how we will pass the data from feature file to the spec file. Okay, so let us try commenting out these two. Okay, now sometimes I have to pass paragraph. Okay, let's say uh, then user should see some message, some message. Which message? Let's say he wants to see some message which is paragraph, kind of paragraph. So this is called as dark string. What we call dark string. Okay, let's try adding something, something. You can type as much as you can. It's a dark string. Okay, let's try running it in and see what will happen. Okay, so npm cucumber JS test npx. Let's see. So if you have more than one line, we can say, or you can say a paragraph kind of thing, you can go by something called docstring. Okay, so come over here, paste it, and this docstring, it will be available for you. For example, console log. Okay, but directly let's try printing it. Okay, docstring of type string, that should be fine, I believe. Try running it, CLS, and try running it now. Are you able to see? Entire data is came. Okay, this we call it as a docstring. Should we always have these three double quotes only? Not a mandatory. You can also have, let me comment it out. You can also have, I don't know what do we call these three. What do we call this one? Three. It's a about tab keyword. Tile. I don't know. That should be fine. You can type anything now, or whether it is three double quotes or this one. Either way is fine. If you run it, it's going to be the same output. Okay, you see this? We are getting it. Okay, so now this is the concept of docstring. Now come back to here. How did we pass the integer to the spec file? We have used in this fashion, right? We have used in this fashion. So this is what the parameter types which will be generated for you. So can we match only through parameter types means no. We can also apply cucumber expressions, regex, regular expression we can try. Let's try the same example. Let's try the same example. I'm going to comment it out all the newly added steps. Okay. I'm going to comment it out here also. Okay. Here also we are going to comment it out. Okay. So what was the first step we had? When the user add this one, right? When the user add an item to the cart. This is the original, right? This is the original that we had. If you control click, it will go there. Now let's try converting into this fashion, okay, using the regular expression. Okay, so observe here, what is my requirement? I want to send one item to the cart, one, basically one, nothing but a integer. I want to send it. Earlier we used to write simply int and it is going to be considered. Is it possible through regular expression? Yes. Okay, let's try running the regular expression. How we have to start with the regular expression is it's always start with the backward slash and then cap symbol, and it should always end with dollar and then forward slash. Within this, you can write any of the expression. Okay, where is our expression will come here? The user add. Okay, the user add. This is the expression, right? Because the user can send one item or two items or three items, his wish. Okay, so how can we create a expression for this? Okay, so here if you try cucumber in your browser, click on this link. This is a good example. Just click on advanced. This will show you how you can write the regex. You can ask, is it mandatory to write like this? Because when you are not defining the step, when you are running automatically it is suggesting, fine. Sometimes you cannot skip the regular expression concept. I will show you. In this case, you can directly keep, instead of writing like this, you can simply add int. It will come, no issues. I will give you another example once it is done, where the regex is mandatory for us. Okay, let's try it. Let's try this first. So here, when you're writing any expressions, here you have to write it in the parenthesis. Observe here in the parenthesis. Okay, I'm saying slash d plus. Am I writing the correct one? Colon slash. It is this slash. One second. Yes, slash this plus. What does this mean by this? If you are having some basic idea of any language regular expression concept, it is digit of any number, right? So try running it and see what will happen. Now the error is also gone here. You can see control click, it is able to match through the regular expression. Synchronous parameter. It is not able to catch it up. We need to identify what is the issue. Are we making any mistake? The user add colon slash d plus. This is fine. Add to the cart. I zero arguments. Okay, we are not passing here. This should be number of parameters, right? This is not cart. Number of items of number type. Okay, so just add item. Okay, this is a mistake we made. So try running it and let's see. Now you could see one item, three item. Okay. So you can write your own regular expressions, or else you can try like this using the parameter types. You could feel this one little tough. I do agree. Even I am also sometimes find hard to write it. But sometimes we cannot escape. How? See here, add one item to the cart, making sense. Add three item to the cart is not as what we can say English wise is not correct. It should be items, not item. Three items, two items, one item is fine. It should be two item. We cannot say two items, three items, more than one. It should be plural only, right? You have to add s. Then in that case, are you going to have a separate step definition for this using this int? It doesn't make any sense. Okay. So here, now it has become mandatory for us to write the expression because the user can add one item or two items, three items, but it has to be convey, right? It has to convey the good message in the when you are writing the feature file. Okay. So how can we add this, that regular expression? See here. Okay. Items. Okay. Question mark, colon, slash s. Okay. So what will happen with this is, I think slash is not needed. Simply it should be fine. And finally, one question mark. So now you try running it. One item, three items. Now error is also gone. You could catch it there itself, but still we'll run it and see. So generally what people will do, there are two-step definitions. Two steps they will write. Two steps they will implement, which is wrong. See, you see here, one item, three items. Okay. Here you're printing your wish, or you want to write like this or not, it will be your wish. There is no regular expression needed over there. Okay. So like this, you can implement the regular expression. You can implement the regular expression in your steps. Okay. So now I will leave these two links in the description. Get it over there and look at the one good example here. Okay. So there are some 12 flights from this particular one. What this particular do is, if you pass one more extra letter also, the step definition will not match. Sometimes, let's say you have to send one code. That code is of only four letters. In that particular time, are you going to say that, okay, I will restrict in the code level? No, you have to add the regular expression for that. Okay, which will be easy. You can Google it and you can add those, regular expression in your step definitions, which is very, very important, which is going to be very, very useful to avoid the duplicate of steps. Okay, I hope you like it. See you in the next lecture.